Yes, good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the next one topic, that is packet switching. So, in the previous class, we have completed about that is the fifth module where we have studied about the DNS email architecture, www, HTTP, and the HTML. Is it clear? So, today we are going to start with the third one module, that is the chapter naming the switching and the forwarding. So as you know that we are going to build the networks here with the help of these particular the switches. Is it clear what is mean by the switch? The switch is nothing but it is a mechanism that allows us to interconnect links to form a larger network. A switch is a multi input and it is a multi output device which is going to transfer the packet from one input to one or more output ports. So as you know that here this is the switch will be there. The switch is it is a star topology. Is it clear? So the switches is having the number of input and outputs are there. There is the fixed number of input and output ports are there, which limits that the number of ports that can be connected to the single switch. So in the market, the switches are available depending upon how many number of that host you wanted to connect, either 8 port or 16 port or 32 port. Is it clear? So that means number of hosts you are going to be connect. So that is uh, using a point to point the links. All these hosts are going to be connected to the switch using a point to point the links. So even you can connect one switch to the another switches also. Is it clear? So that is which if you wanted to build a larger the network. Is it clear? If you want to cover a larger geographic scope, so at that time you people are able to connect one switch to the another switches here. Is it clear? So this is the one of the example that they have constructed this particular network using the star topology. Already in the different types of the topologies we have studied about the star topology, bus topology, ring and all. So already we have completed this topic, what you mean by the star topology, how you are going to be connecting. Even also already we have studied about what you mean by the switch, what you mean by the hub, the difference between the switch and the hub. So as you know that here the switch is going to receive the packets from one of the input port and then it is going to be forwarded on one of the output ports. So the difference between switch and the hub as it is going to be worked on a broadcast model. It is going to receive that particular the packet from one of the input line and it is going to forward it on all the outgoing lines. But the switch is having a mechanism, it is having the technique that it is going to identify the information present in the header. Is it clear? So with the help of that information, okay, so it is going to decide on which outgoing line, on which outgoing port, okay, so this packet has to be forwarded only to that particular port. This packet is going to be the forwarded. So this is the difference what you have been studied it in the hub and the switch. Is it clear? So now we are going to see that already this particular the switching the protocol. This is the graph where you are having a two T3 links are there and one STS one SONET link is going to be available. Okay, so the main primary the job of the particular switch is to receive the incoming packets on one of the its particular the links and transmit then on the other link. As I already have explained about that, based on the information present on the packet header, it is going to decide on which outgoing line this particular packet has to be transported. It is going to be decided by the switch. Okay, now here we are going to study that is three different the methods are there. So how the switch is going to decide on which outgoing line the packet has to be forwarded. So three different methods are there, that is the switching and the forwarding. First one method here it is for the datagram or the connection less approach. Second one is that virtual circuit or a connection oriented approach. Third one is a source routing. So first one is a connectionless approach, that is a normal that datagram, what you call it as a block of data containing a sufficient information in header. Based on that the information each the switch is capable to decide on which side this particular packet has to be forwarded to reach to the destination. Second one is a connection oriented, as the name itself is indicated that before transmitting any information, first the sender and receiver is going to establish the connection. Sender is going to send the request, receiver is going to accept that particular connection request and the acknowledgement, and between all the routes are going to be they decided, is it clear? So they are going to establish the connection. So this is a connection state is going to be established in between these two nodes. So route is decided here, okay, and on that route only all the packets are forwarded to reach to the destination. So that is in the connection oriented approach. The next one is the third one is the source routing, okay. So we are going to see it what you mean by the source routing, so afterwards. So let's begin with the first one, what you mean by the datagram forwardings. Is it clear? So here it is that the idea behind the datagram forwarding, okay. So it is a very simple that every packet, as I already told, it contains an enough information here, okay, so which will enable a particular switch to decide how to get it to its particular destination, okay, on which side this particular the packet has to be forwarded. Is it clear? So here every packet is going to contains a complete destination address. So say for example here you are, this is the one of the network here which you are going to be used, okay. So in this here having a three switches are there, switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3, and each switch is of having that particular 4 ports are there, and one switch is interconnected with each other. Is it clear? So this is how you are transmitting information from one switch to the another switch. This is one of the in the output line of that particular switch, one port is connecting to the another one port of that particular switch. That is a point to point connection you have been done in between the switches, okay. Now you are going to see on the example here, okay, the example which is going to illustrate that how the switches are going to forward these particular the datagrams, okay, or the packets to reach to the destination, okay. So each switch is going to maintaining an information, we are going to be call it as a forwarding table or call it as a routing table. Oh, so based on this forwarding table or you call it as a routing table, each switch is going to be decide whenever the packet is going to be arrived, it is going to decide on which outgoing line this particular packet has to be forwarded. Say for example this is a forwarding table for a switch 2. Is it clear? You just see it here, this is the forwarding table for the switch 2. So how this particular table is going to be prepared, either manually it is going to be prepared by the administrator if he is having a knowledge about that particular network, number of switches on which port it is connected and all. So manually he is going to prepare it this particular forwarding table, and then automatically based on this information available in the forwarding table, switches are going to decide, or otherwise switches are going to be learn themselves. Is it clear? So based on that later onwards, first time when the network starts, all these forwarding tables are empty, and gradually these particular switches will go on learning on which side these particular the nodes are going to be the connected. So here it is that in this particular forwarding table you see that the switch 2, so you just see it in there, this switch is having a 4 ports. For each particular port you are going to assign one particular ID. So here the host E is going to be connecting to the ID 2, that is the port number 2. Host E is connected to the port number 2. Is it clear? So now you just imagine that is the switch 1, that is the port number 1, port number 0 and the port number 3. Is it clear? They are not directly connected to the host, but they are connected to the other switches here. Host F is directly connected to the port number 1 of that particular switch 2. So here you first identify which are all the hosts are directly connected to that particular switch, okay, and then that port address you write it in the forwarding table. So here E and F, these two are the hosts which are directly connected to the switch 2. E is connecting on the port number 2 and F is connected on the port number that is 1, okay. I have written this. The next one, other destinations here, say for example you are having a D, C is there, okay, and in for this particular switch G, H, B are there, okay. Now you identify that if you want to forward the particular packet with the host address D, okay, what the switch has to do, the switch has to forward the packet, that is the destination address is D, it has to be forwarded on the port number 3. Switch 2 has to forward these particular packets on the port number 3, that is to reach to the destination host D, host C and host A. Is it clear? So that's why in this forwarding table you just say that host A, okay. So they have written the port number 3, host D it is 3, host C it is 3, and the next one, if the switch 2 has to forward the packets to reach to the destination of B, H and G, okay, on which outgoing line the switch has to forward that packet, the switch has to forward the packet on the port number 0, Is it clear? When the switch is having a packet, okay, if the destination address is B, H and the host G, so such packets are transmitted on the port number 0 by switch 2. So here you are going to return that. So whenever you are having a destination address is B, so port number 0 on this particular port, this packet is going to be forwarded. G and H, it is forwarded on the port number 0. Is it clear? So in this way, here each switch is going to be maintaining its own forwarding table or the routing table for all the hosts which are presented in the network. Is it clear? Now you prepare the forwarding table for the switch 1 and forwarding table for the switch 2. So here if you are going to be considering that, okay, the forwarding table for the switch 1 for all these particular, so first identify which are all the directly connected hosts to this particular switch. So here the host A is directly connected, host C is connected, D is connected. So now you write it in the forwarding table, that is a destination host A, which is the port number is 2. For the host C, port number is 3, and for the host D, that is the port number is 0. Whenever the switch has received the packet with this particular the destination address, it will forward on to the 2, 3 and the 0. That is for host A, port number 2, host C, port number 3 and host D, it is a 0. Now for remaining, okay, the nodes which are not directly connected but they are connected to the other switches, okay, switch 1 is having a connection with the switch 2. Now, okay, if you want to transfer the packets which is arriving at a switch 1 with the destination address E and F, is it clear? On which side it has to be forwarded? It has to be forwarded, you just see the diagram, it has to be forwarded on the port number 1, okay, in the switch 1. Then only they are going to reach to the switch 2, then switch 2 is going to decide it on which side it is going to be forwarded. Okay, so if the switch N has received the packet of the destination address with G, B and H, okay, all are has to be forwarded in the switch 1 using the port 1, so all these has to be forwarded. So in this way, here you have completed the forwarding table of the switch 1. Similarly, you complete the forwarding table for the switch 3. Identify the nodes which are directly connected. Host B is connected to port number 3, H is connected on a port number 2, G is connected on a port number 1. The rest all others are the packet which arrives. Is it clear? If you want to forward for the destination host F, E, D, A and C, all these particular packets for these destinations are forwarded using the port number 0 in a switch 3. Is it clear? So this way you have completed the forwarding table for the switch 3 also. Now each switch is having its own forwarding table, switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3. Any packet which is going to be arrived, so now that particular switch is going to see it in the forwarding table. Okay, so based on the destination address and what is the port, it is going to see it in the forwarding table, and then automatically it is going to forward that packet on the port number which is mentioned. Okay, so this is how you are going to forward the datagram. So this is here what you are going to call it as a connectionless approach. You are not going to establish a prior connection before transmitting the data. So directly the node with the sufficient information in the header of that packet, simply it is going to throw that packet into the network, and these packets are going to be forwarded from one switch to the another switch until it reaches to the destination. Is it clear? So a host can send a packet anywhere at any time. So this is the some of the connectionless or the datagram characteristics. Is it clear? A host, if it is having any data to transfer, okay, so it is going to encapsulate into the packet and putting the sufficient header information, that is so destination address present in that header. Okay, now the packet anywhere at any time it is going to be sent it. Any packet that turns up at a switch can immediately forward it here. By seeing it in the forwarding table, the switches are going to forward it on the outgoing lines to reach to the destination. Is it clear? So when a host sends a packet, it has no way of knowing if the network is capable of delivering it, or okay, if the destination host is even up or running. Is it clear? Whenever a host is going to sending a packet, if it is having a data to send, then it is going to encapsulate into the packet and throw it into the network, but it doesn't know about that whether the network is capable of delivering it or not, whether the destination host is presently running or not. Is it clear? It doesn't know anything. Okay, simply it is going to throw that packet, and this packet is forwarded in the network to reach to the destination. All these packets are forwarded independently of a previous packets. They are not following, all the packets are not following the same route to reach to destination. So it may be possible that the packets may follow different routes to reach to the same destination. And even during the transmission, if link failure is going to be occur, it is not going to affect the communication. They may choose another one route or alternate route to forward this particular package to reach to the destination. Okay, so this is here what you are going to call it as a connection less approach, or you call it as a datagram forwarding. Okay, so this completes about the datagram. So in the next one here we are going to study about the virtual circuits. Okay, thank you.